Today, we're talking about the Earfun Free Minis, and are they a good deal at $30? Let's get into it. Ever since the flagship phone stopped having 3.5mm jacks, I've been looking for really good earbuds at a really reasonable price. When it comes to tech, I'm very price sensitive. Price, to me, is not the most important feature, but it is a feature that's heavily considered. I do want something that's going to sound good, and I also want something that's going to last, not just break after a short period of time. But I also don't want to pay $300-400 for a set of true wireless earbuds. So let's talk about build quality. These things are small. They are very small compared to something like my Life A1s, coming in at 3.9 grams per earbud. They're very light, very small, and they fit in the ear very well. I have very sensitive ears, and I can't take having anything in my ears for a long time. These aren't the exception. I've never found anything that I can have in my ears, but it's just special to me. But these things don't feel as discomforting as some other earbuds. They're small. They don't go as deep into your ear as other earbuds, right? So that's a little more comfortable for me. So if you have smaller ears, this might be a better option. The tips on them are kind of soft. You get a really good seal whenever you put them in. Of course, they're not active noise cancellation, so you can still hear things, but for $30, it's a lot to ask for. The capacitive buttons are not the clicky buttons. I love a clicky button, so I know I'm touching them. I don't like that part of it, but they're still very responsive whenever you tap on the side. So you got your 1, 2, and triple tap. It depends on if it's in single bud mode or dual bud mode. You can use this as single buds, meaning that you can have the left one in, and when that one goes out, you can switch to the right one. So it has single bud mode. I know a lot of people like to use their earbuds during the day, and to get the most battery out of it, you can just switch between the earbuds. It does have a rating of IPX7. That means it's waterproof. Excuse me. I don't like saying waterproof. I like saying water resistance, because it's only resistant to water up to 1 meter for 30 minutes. Anything after that, then it's gone. So, but if you're at the gym or doing something that you're sweating profusely, it holds up very, very well. Overall, the fit is good. The build quality is solid. It doesn't feel cheap or anything like that. The case itself, it's a very small, thin case. And I like it because it easily slips into any pocket. I can put it in my coin pocket in my jeans and not notice it's there. So the build quality, I think it's really good. It has a Type-C charging, so that's really good, but it doesn't have wireless charging. But wireless charging at $30 is a lot to ask for, right? Let's talk about the range and battery. Now, on the website, it says 45 feet or 15 meters. Let me tell you right now, that's with no obstacles, and that's being very optimistic. But in real life, you have walls and you have different objects in the way. So a more realistic range when I was testing was more like 35, 33 foot range from your device. You get about 5 hours per charge, and with the case it goes up to 24 hours on a single charge. I found that that's about accurate. You know, it really depends on how loud you have your music or whatever you're listening to, podcasts, and for how long and how intense everything is. It really depends on how loud the earbuds are and how continuously you're listening to things. So it varies, but 24 hours, 5 hours per charge is about right. These earbuds really excel in the mid-range. It's very rich and it gives you a lot of tonality in the mid-range. The highs are okay, and the bass isn't as skull rattling as I like. I like a really heavy, punchy, crispy bass. The bass isn't a slouch, but it isn't what I like. I wanted it to be rattling inside my head, and it's not that. But even though it doesn't have that big punchy bass and the highs aren't as bright, the overall sound is very balanced. To be very mid-heavy, the sound is of overall balance. When it comes to anything you play on it, the balance is what really shines on these earbuds. So I tested out 5 songs when it came to these earbuds to really demonstrate what I'm talking about when I talk about the overall balance of these earbuds. The first test I always do is Basshead by Bass Nectar. A lot of people have some issues with dubstep, that it sounds very 10 years ago and it's nothing but a bunch of noise. But what dubstep does, it really puts earbuds and speakers and headphones through the test, because there's a lot of things going on. It's a lot of different sounds, right? And Basshead will expose bad earbuds every time. These really excel, like I said, in the mid-range, where some issues come on. It's not a lot in the song, but you can hear a little muddiness in the bass. But me personally, I like a little muddiness in my bass. It gives it a little more guttural. It gives a better sound to me. A crisp bass is fine on some occasions, but I like that muddy sound sometimes. And on certain things like people's voices and like those people who have those really like bass heavy voices, that little muddiness I like in my earbuds. But overall, it handled Basshead fairly good. The next song is a song called Trample Rose by the Carolina Chocolate Drops. And this is a bluegrass song. What's really good on this song is that muddiness that I was talking about in the low end really comes through on the jug. I don't know if you really like bluegrass, but that jug gives that earthy sound, you know. The jug is one of my favorite bluegrass instruments. Isn't as hard hitting as like a bass guitar or like a 808 drum kit, right? It handles those highs really well. It's really good, because the fiddle likes to jump between the mid-range and the highs, and it handles that jump pretty well. And the male vocal on there, it shines through very well. It's a very subdued song. Balance is really good. The next song is a song by Aurora, A Temporary High. It's like an 80s synthwave pop song. Even though Aurora's voice is on the higher end of the register, it does a really good job with those synthwavy sounds. And you can feel the bass instead of hearing the bass. Like the bass is there, and it does a good job of blending, right? The bass isn't in your ear punching your eardrums out. It's a very well balanced bass. And I think this song really complements these earbuds really well. So if you hadn't heard it, give it a listen. Another song where the bass is really present, but it isn't the focal point, is a song by The Weeknd called Sacrifice. And The Weeknd's voice is very sultry and very smooth and very tonal, right? And he likes to stay, again, in that mid-range, right? He'll drop a little bit into the lower register and he'll pop up, but he likes to stay right there in the middle. And these earbuds really accentuate his voice. It really brings it out. And Sacrifice is a really good song. If you like The Weeknd, if you like really smooth, easy going songs, this is one for you. And the last song is going to be Guapdad 4000, I Need Bands. There's a theme going on with these songs. They're all kind of retro songs, right? And this has kind of like a retro 1980s, early 90s vibe to it. It's just a lot of easy listening to, nothing real harsh, very smooth, very mellow type of music. Almost has kind of like a I Need Love by LL Cool J vibe going to it. Yeah, that's what it reminded me of when I heard it for the first time. The mid to highs are balanced so well in this song. And again, the bass is just there. You know, you don't feel it. It's not punching you hard in the ear. It's just there. So Guapdad 4000, I Need Bands. Really good song. What do I think about these true wireless earbuds? I think for $30, you can't get any better than this, because in this range, you have a lot of earbuds that are essentially the same. They sound the same. They look the same. They're all just there. You know, that nothing is really impressive about them. What's impressive about these earbuds is the balance that they have, right? And the mids that come out so well in them. What I don't like is there's no wireless charging. But again, for $30, that's a really big ask. I don't like it doesn't have any app support. Like you can't go in there and do custom EQs in a Earfun official app. But all in all, if you can get the coupon and get it for any less than $30, don't run, get it. If you're looking for a link to these, it's going to be an affiliate link in the description below. Check it out. And it doesn't cost you anything extra, and it goes a long way into helping the channel. What kind of true wireless earbuds do you use on a day-to-day basis? Let me know in the comment section below. That's it. Thanks for joining me. If you like this type of video, give me a thumbs up. If you didn't like this type of video, give me a thumbs down. Tell me why you didn't like this type of video. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Have a good one.